Good morning. We have some grain to haul this morning. Not too much left. Cleaning out flat bottom bins. Making sure we're totally empty for harvest. Haul this in and hopefully get back here and get some canola sprayed before it gets too hot and windy. Found some mud yesterday. Sprayer's been working good. Semi has a substantial air leak. I sprayed this field last night. Wheatland wheat on pea stubble. It has a chance at 50 bushels, I hope. It looks pretty good. Probably our best looking stuff. Corey's got the pivot going on his barley. Flag's not moving too much yet. South wind. South wind means warm weather coming. It's supposed to be a few days of warm and windy weather starting this afternoon, so hopefully get at least one tank sprayed out here, maybe more. Grab my flags and mark what I'm doing. I did some canola before, but I think it was a touch early. There wasn't as many flowers as there is now. I think this is a better timing as far as blooms. It's a lot more yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 plus. Probably more like 30+% bloom rather than a 15-20% bloom. So I think this timing is better. Canopy is pretty wet still, but by lunchtime it's supposed to be 30 miles an hour winds. But just look at all the flowers and lots more coming. Just secondary branches, branches off branches. Could be a lot of pods. Yeah, looks good. L350 here and about 50 acres of L340 at the north end. One comment last video was talking about justifying spraying for disease just with the cost of the chemical and your time and the hours on the sprayer and washout, tramping out the crop, which is true. There's all those variables that go into it. The way I think about it is crop looks good, you want to protect what's there. The tramping and the tracks, if you're not using a plane or a helicopter and you're going to desiccate it anyway, so the tracks are going to be there. I know that's not like 100% because you go again, you might tramp a little bit more of that, but that's the way I think about it. The cost of the chemical, yeah, it's expensive, it's another pass, but it's really, you need 1.5 bushels to make that pay for itself, roughly. There's rebates available if you're in some sort of chemical program that can bring those costs down. The hours on the sprayer, I mean, that's kind of what it's for. Like, we invested all this money in this 1,600 gallon fence sprayer, so yeah, we're gonna spend a lot of time in here. And we also, that's one of the reasons why we switched to all straight cut variety canola, just to desiccate that canola instead of swathing. We sold our swather, we don't have a swather, so that's kind of why we did that. Your time, I mean, if I wasn't in here, I'd be doing something else anyway, so might as well sit in here and keep spraying. It's pretty nice spraying with this thing. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I look at things. Proline Gold is what I'm spraying. So kind of on the pricey side. Have some generic Proline for the other stuff, but I'm gonna flag this. I'm gonna leave a pass so I know where I've sprayed and see if we can see a difference at harvest time. Holy, that's tough to see. Okay, second flag. Skip the pass. Third flag is going to mark the difference in varieties here, because it's easy to tell now, but come harvest time it might not be. So more blooms up here is L340. It's earlier maturing. I'll mark this too. I am soaked. Quite a few more flowers here. Mark this. In line-ish. And hopefully we don't run them over with the combine. There we go. If that's not a farmer trial, I don't know what is. Flag not bad yet. Reload. So here, ran out of nitrogen in the tank with the seed hawk. Scale said, oh yeah, I got 500 pounds left in there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be close to empty. I'll fill when I get back to that side. But 2 tanks were chained together, and yeah, one emptied down to 500 pounds, and then it totally emptied the second tank. So there was 500 pounds sitting in the first tank, but nothing with metering out. So that's what happened here. I want to do a worldwide crop tour. So comment down below where you're watching from and how things look in your area. So I'm in West Central Saskatchewan. We've had 5.5 inches of rain so far, and things look pretty good. Hopefully catch a couple more showers. Those pods will fill, those heads will fill. Other parts of the prairies, down into the States, wherever else these videos reach. What's it looking like out there?